So, just to clear up some things with the Joshua Anthony Tyson Fury situation, that fight's not gonna happen. And a lot of people are blaming the wrong people without actually knowing. The fact of the matter is, Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua will not fight. Tyson Fury will be fighting Deontay Wilder, and Joshua Anthony will be fighting Usyk. I can't fucking say his first name. Alexander Usyk, which is Vaseline Lomachenko's training partner. He used to be a cruiserweight, won the PBC Muhammad Ali Trophy recently, where he beat. I can't say. I'm running. These foreigners, man. I can't remember their names that well. But he just beat Triple G's training partner in cruiserweight division. So those two will be fighting. Usyk and Anthony Joshua, and that fight is supposed to take place sometime in the next year, I want to say. I'm not too sure on the date. There hasn't been anything. There was complications with the deal. The messed up part is that the WBO said no way Jose to that Anthony Joshua Tyson fight. They actually made a bid purse for. They actually demanded a bid purse for the Anthony Joshua fight versus Usyk, saying that in that bid, Joshua would come up with 80% and the other guy would come up with 20% based on their most recent fights. An algorithm of some sort that they took the last fights, made came up with a number that way, where Joshua does 80%, Usyk does 20%. The WBO is the one that initiated this, so because Anthony Joshua holds that belt, he has to answer to that agency, I guess you could say. Now, this is where politics comes into play. A lot of people don't understand boxing politics, but from my understanding, Wilder stepped aside and got paid for it. Now, some reason, somehow, an arbitrator in the UK ruled that Tyson had to fight Wilder, but why? Who made this case if Wilder had already accepted the step aside money? He was calling Andy Ruiz out recently, but let's go back to our point. The WBO, after the arbitrator ruled that Tyson Fury had to fight Deontay Wilder, the WBO received a letter from Usyk and his manager asking them to enforce that that Anthony Joshua face him because he's the mandatory. How he became the mandatory? Man, these guys get fucking cherry pick fights, and that's how they get numero uno. Yeah, it's pretty funny. At first, I was a little unclear as to who did what, and it's really hard to say who initiated what. But from my understanding, the arbitrator is the one that made the ruling first, then the WBO came through with the decision asking that Anthony Joshua face Usyk. So it's an interesting situation we have on hands, but I'm not going to complain. If you know these fighters, you know that these are going to be good fights. You know, you might be in a surprise, just like that Nonito Donaire fight. That was a surprise. I didn't pick him, but boy, am I glad he won, because he really set himself apart. But that being said, this fight now with Anthony Joshua and Usyk, it's gonna be cool. But I think we all know what's gonna happen. This guy's a cruiserweight. He ain't no Lennox Lewis, where, you know what I mean? He's not gonna get bigger. So yeah. So there's that situation with our buddy Anthony Joshua, the UK.